Top Cultivation Manhwa or Manhua to read. Greetings, my fellow cultivation companions. I have traversed the depths of fantasy manhwa and manhwa to cultivate this list of the top 10 series guaranteed to unlock your interest in Chinese mystic martial arts. Through meticulous analysis of key manipulation, meridian opening, and dantian training, I will assess the most accurate portrayals of harnessing inner spiritual energy. In this video, we will follow the journey through the intricacies of lightning tribulation, yin-yang shifting, and nascent soul formation as we count down the top 10 cultivation manhwa or manhua. Starting off with our number 10, the Master of Diabolism. The Master of Diabolism is an action-packed cultivation manhwa full of martial arts and mysteries. It centers on Wei Wuxian, an unbeatable grandmaster who wreaks havoc with his demonic powers. After being betrayed and killed, Wei was reborn into a new body and given a chance at revenge. With his dramatic story of vengeance and great powers, vivid art, and engaging characters, the Master of Diabolism is a must-read manhwa for fans of wuxia adventures. The high-stakes plots and well-developed fantasy world make this an addictive and binge-worthy manhwa. If you are looking for an entertaining top 10 cultivation manhwa with supernatural action, start reading The Master of Diabolism today. Number 9. Swordmaster. Get ready for an action-packed cultivation adventure with the manhwa Swordmaster. It follows a once powerful warrior who is betrayed and sent back in time, becoming the weak young lord he once was. Desperate to regain his strength, he seeks the legendary Spirit Sword, the key to becoming the greatest fighter across the three worlds. With its unique reincarnation revenge plot, immersive fantasy setting, and vibrant martial arts action, Swordmaster is a top 10 must-read cultivation manhwa. The compelling story of starting over and quest for redemption will hook you in, while the visual feast of sword fights and magical skills will dazzle your eyes. If you are a fan of wuxia and progression fantasy, don't miss this entertaining, binge-worthy manhwa. Number 8. Spearmy Great Lord. Looking for a hilarious modern cultivation manhwa? Check out Spearmy Great Lord. This manhwa adapts the popular web novel by the sparking pork trotter, following the adventures of Lu Shu. Orphaned at a young age, Lu Shu is left with a mystical walnut necklace. This necklace saves his life during an accident, but also saddles him with a shock point burden system. As Lu Shu navigates the modern world, the manhwa delivers a fun twist on cultivation trope with its contemporary setting. With quirky comedy and a light-hearted tone, Spearmy Great Lord puts a fresh spin on the genre. The vibrant art brings the story to life visually. If you want a fun, easygoing read, this manhwa is a must for top 10 cultivation comics. The humor and lovable main character make it a highly enjoyable binge. Number 7. Sovereign of the Spirit Sword. Get ready for an action-packed cultivation revenge story with Sovereign of the Spirit Sword. This manhwa follows Chu Jingyun, once a powerful warrior now reincarnated into a weak young lord after a mysterious betrayal. To reclaim his strength and become the supreme power between heaven and earth, he seeks the legendary Spirit Sword. With its gripping narrative of starting over and seeking vengeance, Sovereign of the Spirit Sword delivers thrilling wuxia adventure. The vibrant artwork is a visual feast, especially during the exhilarating fighting scenes. While the pacing lags at times, the progression fantasy remains highly addictive. If you are looking for a top 10 cultivation manhwa with a badass main character, mystical martial arts, and a story of redemption, don't miss this binge-worthy manhwa. Number 6. The Everlasting God of the Sword. Get ready for intense martial arts action with the top-tier cultivation manhwa, The Everlasting God of Sword. It follows a young genius cultivator gifted with incredible power. Stunning the world, he defeats all challengers one by one, building his legend. But after barely beating the strongest cultivator, his meridians burst and his stellar career seems over. Months later, the former prodigy rises again, proving he is no longer the man he was. With stunning artwork, gripping progression fantasy, and electrifying fighting scenes, this manhwa is a must-read for wuxia fans. If you love stories of fallen heroes reclaiming past glory, you'll be hooked by this underdog tale. Join the main character's quest to regain his title as an undisputed swordsman in the world. Moving on to our number 5. Only one sword reigns supreme. Get ready for an intense underdog story with the action-packed Cultivation Manhwa, Only One Sword Reigns Supreme. It centers on a young man crippled by his cruel family Zelda, but through a mystical ring, he finds his way to the Tower of Boundless Hell and begins training to master the sword. With the help of his mentor, he learns skills to protect himself and his sister from bullies. This manhwa delivers striking artwork and gripping progression fantasy as the main character fights to regain his strength. If you love stories of perseverance against all odds, you'll be hooked by this young man's quest for redemption. With vivid fighting scenes and a plot full of twists, Only One Sword Reigns Supreme is a must-read martial arts manhwa for any top 10 cultivation list. Number 4. Alchemist of Chaos. If you love a good underdog story, check out the action-packed cultivation manhwa Alchemist of Chaos. It follows a former genius whose powers were sealed, causing his so-called friends to betray him. Reduced to farming as an outer disciple, everything changes when he uncovers the secret of his seal. With electrifying fighting scenes, mystical cultivation techniques, and the main character striving to regain his strength, this manhwa delivers an addictive progression fantasy story. The vibrant artwork is visually stunning, especially during the martial arts battles. If you are looking for a top 10 cultivation manhwa with themes of perseverance, redemption, and explosive power-ups, don't miss Alchemist of Chaos. The stellar pacing and high-stake plot will quickly hook you for a binge-worthy reading experience. Number 3. Heavenly Demon Chronicles. Get ready for an epic revenge tale with the action-packed cultivation manhwa Heavenly Demon Chronicles. It follows two betrayed friends, one joining the righteous orthodoxy sect and one the demonic cult sect for the second chance. Though living different new lives, they share a common goal: vengeance against those who framed them. With its gripping narrative of betrayal and redemption, Heavenly Demon Chronicles delivers stunning progression fantasy. The vibrant artwork immerses you into a mystical world with brilliant battle scenes. If you love overpowered main characters, explosive cultivation power-ups, and high-stakes intersect rivalry, this manhwa is a must-read. The electric pacing and great cast make it impossible to put down. Heavenly Demon Chronicles earns its spot among the top 10 cultivation manhwa. Number 2. The Scholars Reincarnation. For a refreshingly light-hearted take on cultivation fantasy, check out the manhwa The Scholars Reincarnation. It follows a former murderer reborn into a peaceful family as a scholarly Lord's son. He chooses to live a quiet life focused on knowledge rather than violence. However, when his new family is threatened, he is prepared to unleash his power against any enemy. With less action but plenty of heartwarming family moments, this manhwa puts the emphasis on the main character's redemption. The art creates a tranquil atmosphere fitting the slower pace. If you want a change from dark, action-packed stories, this thoughtful cultivation manhwa provides a nice contrast. The charm of the characters and setting will draw you in. For a meaningful story about second chances, don't miss this top 10 manhwa pick. And finally, number 1. The Servant is the Demon King. Get ready for a fresh twist in cultivation fantasy with the hilarious isekai manhwa The Servant is the Demon King. It follows an all-powerful Demon King reincarnated as a young servant after being betrayed. With his extensive knowledge and magic, can he regain his former glory? This manhwa puts a comedic spin on typical power fantasy tropes, with the mighty Demon King navigating his new role as a humble servant. The vibrant art brings the story to vivid life. If you are looking for a fun cultivation manhwa that parodies the genre, The Servant is the Demon King delivers laugh-out-loud comedy while subverting expectations. The charming characters and tight plot make this a must-read for any top 10 cultivation manhwa list. Give this entertaining read a try for something completely different. And that concludes our journey across the exciting frontiers of fantasy cultivation techniques and incremental inner strengthening. Please share your favorite manhwa or manhua cultivation breakthroughs and training montages in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more explanatory deep dives into Xianxia, Xuanhuan, and progression fantasy manhwa and manhua. Until next time, happy reading!